So what's happening, guys? Back with another supplement review. This is David with Mission to Muscle. Just finished a back and bicep day. Really good day. Got a nice little pump off of this daily driver pre we're going to review. We're going to jump right into this, and I'll give you the specifics on what this delivers. It's kind of the company, because they're a brand new company coming out. Talking to the owner, I think it was the owner. They are an active SWAT and military owned and operated company. Not sure exactly what that means, but it freaking sounds cool, doesn't it? So a bunch of badasses making a pre-workout. I love it. Let's get right into this. We got WeGoHome pre-workout. No sacrifice, no victory. Love the skull. The eyes illuminate as it follows you there. It's pretty cool. This is the first pre-workout with Cell Flow 6 in it, and we'll get a little into that. I won't spend a lot of time because I'm sure everybody just wants to know, does this deliver what it says it's supposed to deliver, which is strength, focus, energy, and endurance. Right there, it says it right on the bottle, and you know how it goes. They're going to put it down. It better deliver. So we'll get right in the ingredient profile, and then we'll jump into the effects, taste, and all that stuff right afterwards. Right on the top here, we have L-citrulline malate 2-to-1 ratio, 6 grams. So it's going to give a little less than 4 grams of L-citrulline for those pumps and the vasodilation, and then the rest is the malic acid for endurance. And then we have beta-alanine, 3.5 grams. This is for the more reps, more sets, less fatigue, less metabolites in the muscle, so you can push out more reps. Then we have creatine HCl, 1.5 grams. You either want creatine in a pre-workout, or you don't, or you just don't care. Then we have choline bitartrate at 1 milligram, and this is going to metabolize in the body as acetylcholine for the brain and muscle contractions and energy. Then we have agnatane sulfate, 1 gram. This is an arginase inhibitor, so it allows arginine to stay elevated longer to enhance your vasodilation effects for a longer period of time. In the gym, it also regulates the 3 forms of NOS, which are iNOS, eNOS, and nNOS. Then we have green tea, Cell Flow 6, 600 milligrams. Real quick, this is not Vaso 6. Totally different. Vaso 6 is an extract of oligomers. This particular ingredient is an extract of polyphenols, catechins, and epicatechins, and gallolated epicatechins. So we all know what Epicat is claimed to do. We see it all over the place, and that's a myostatin inhibitor. It's supposed to help with recovery and tissue repair and stuff like that. So we already know that is an aspect of this ingredient. It also delivers blood flow. That's another thing that epicatechins do, the polyphenols as well, and the catechins. This also helps on a cellular level with repair. It really targets and fights free radical damage. It helps with DNA repair, which in turn on a cellular level is going to help with ATP production. It's really synergistic with a lot of other ingredients. I've taken this, the first time I took this was in the Bloody Hell by Pollen Nutrition. I took this with some high stim pre-workouts, and it really mitigated the effects of the stims for the like DMHA and the high stim bad effects that you get after a pre-workout. So I know it does do that as well. So it really kind of like levels out and centers the body back to normal. Very, very nice ingredient. Very, very healthy. Next on the list here, we have N-acetyl L-tyrosine at 500 milligrams. This is for cognitive function and also dopamine release, which is going to help with a little bit of well-being, hopefully. Then we have an adaptogen mushroom complex. And it says it right there. These are all adaptogens, but we have lion's mane, which is also a cognitive ingredient, at 150 milligrams. Then we have cordyceps at 150 milligrams, which also helps with the lactic threshold, so you can push out more reps and sets in the gym. Also helps with oxygen delivery. And then we have Reishi, which helps fight fatigue at 50 milligrams. Next on the list is caffeine anhydrous, 300 milligrams, daily driver dosage as far as I'm concerned. Then we have theobromine at 50 milligrams. We can all argue that's low, but it all depends on how this all comes together. I like to see 100 to 200 milligrams myself. That's for fat loss, blood flow, a little bit of energy. Just all depends on the dosage and how it works with the other ingredients in here. Then we have Eprazine A, 50 milligrams, 1% of that. This helps the body produce its own choline, acetylcholine, and utilize it. So better brain function and better muscle contractions and a little bit of energy. Then we have the black pepper extract at 5 milligrams. This is for digestive purposes to make all this come together. Then we have yohimbine HCl at 1 milligrams. A little bit of yohimbine, and this is going to help with a little bit of adrenaline release. It's going to help a little fat loss, a little sweating going on there. So, WeGoHome pre-workout. What can you expect? So we'll get right into the flavor at first. This is a great popsicle flavor. Just so you know, you're not going to gag. You're not going to throw up on this thing at all. But it's just okay. So you can taste the grape, but it does have like a sour, tart type kick to it, where you go, you know, it kind of dries out your tongue. So it's not the best flavor, but you're going to take this in 3 minutes. You're going to down this in 3 minutes, and you're going to get it in your system so all this stuff can start working, and you're going to get your butt into the gym. So it's not something you're going to sit there and savor for any long periods of time. Then we got the scoops here. This is a 1 scoop at 18 grams, 30 servings. This goes for about $60. And just so you know, 18-gram scoop. You don't need a scale on this one, which is nice. What you want to do is you want to pack the scoop on the side. Not really pack it, but just get it on the side. Scrape it off so it's flat and level. Boom, that's 18 grams right there. They did a really, really good job on that. So when you take this scoop, you're going to get the beta-alanine kind of creeping in about 10 minutes. Very, very faint. And it's more noticeable around 15 minutes. And the beta-alanine lasts for, I like to say 45 minutes. And it's a medium to medium high level of beta-alanine. So it's not too harsh. It's not like really, really up there. And it's one of those ones that kind of comes and goes in waves. If you guys have ever had that before, to where it kind of disappears for a few minutes and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I'll feel some warmth, you know, that type of thing. So 45 minutes and you should be fine. So the energy and the focus on this thing, just so you know, energy and focus start to rear their head around 25 minutes. They start peeking around the corner, and it's not really, really noticeable. I mean, I had to sit there around that time to kind of just feel it kind of kick up and elevate me, because I train in the morning, so anything that wakes me up, I'm kind of sensitive to it. So about 25 minutes, it starts to peak in. You don't really, really notice it really starting to kick in until about 35 minutes. That's when you start noticing that kind of really acknowledgeable level of energy and focus. And 45 minutes to about 55 minutes is when everything peaks. The energy, just so you know, it's 300 milligrams of caffeine, plus whatever energy you're going to get from the cognitive ingredients, and we'll get into that. The energy lasts, so today, you know, I did 42 to 47 sets today. Energy lasted me for about an hour and a half before it started to dial down. I'm talking about the caffeine energy. So that caffeine kick started to dial down about an hour and a half or so, right around in there after training for, you know, I was doing set after set and rep after rep. On a normal day, I think I got an hour and 45 minutes out of it before I started to dial down a little bit. The focus, just so you guys know, so the focus is medium upper level focus, and it's a very, very nice focus to where it's very clear and it's not so high that you're unaware of your surroundings. So I'm sure some of you guys have taken a pre-workout to where the focus and the concentration is so deep that when you get into a, you know, you get in front of the bench or in front of the dumbbells and you start training, you got the music on, that you're pretty much, you block out, like everything else is blocked out. This is more of, you can be aware, and then what happens is when you turn to do your set, you dial in like really quick and really smooth. So very, very nice. Not super upper level, but upper level enough that is just right, at least just right for me, where you can dial into the sets and the reps and get really good contractions. So I got really good muscle contractions off of this with the focus on this thing. Very, very nice. Muscle endurance is very, very good. And the way this dials in with the brain and the focus when you're doing your contractions and we're doing your pulls and stuff like that, and you're able to dial into your own body mechanics as you're doing the rep, it really kind of like focuses you in to where it draws some extra power out of you, and the endurance is just there. So it's not any extra caffeine, but you do feel like you have more in the tank to push through your workout. So it's kind of nice. It's not extreme, but it just carries you through. So today I trained for 2 hours, an hour and a half. The caffeine started dialing down, but I was able to push out with the power, the strength, and the focus still, because everything was still there, that extra half an hour of training. So very, 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 very nice. I like it. On to the pumps. What can I say about the pumps? So the pumps are really good. The pumps are tight, full, and vascular pumps. So if you are already popping veins in your training, this is going to quarter you up a step in vein popping, because I noticed more veins popping out in other places, like in my shoulders, in my neck, when I was doing bicep curls, and the veins in my arms. It just seemed like they were just really popping on my arms. It was very, very nice. The pump is very, very nice. It's a full pump. It's not a cell swelling pump, but it's a full pump to where you almost get that cell swelling effect. But it's really tight, very full, very tight, but not tight enough to where you can't do your next set or your next rep. I hate when that happens, to where you can't bend your arm because you're so kind of engorged with blood in your muscle that you can't even do a rep. So very, very, very smooth, very, very well designed and thought out pre-workout. This is one of my top 3 daily driver pre-workouts that I would recommend to anybody out there. You guys would really enjoy this if you're into daily driver pre-workouts. You don't need a pump formula. You don't need anything extra on this. This is going to deliver everything you need to hit a workout. So I give it up to the company WeGoHome for putting this out, and it was my pleasure to run it, and I want to thank them for sending it my way. WeGoHome pre-workout. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below. You know, I'll be there to answer it. And other than that, I'm going to head up, shower, eat, and get off to work. We'll see you guys next time on the channel.